10 tips to look younger without breaking the bank or looking like Frankenstein. Hello and welcome to the channel. Do you recognize or remember these photos? Plastic surgery gone horribly wrong? Whilst I feel sorry for the victims of these botched facial surgeries, I can't help but think, why was it necessary in the first place? Yes, I know the answer is not so simple. There are sometimes deep psychological wounds that see people launch themselves into years' worth of plastic surgery. Like this Caucasian woman who identifies as black, and this woman. There are some profound traumas that set a switch, which unless we have walked in the shoes of these people and experienced what they have experienced, often in childhood, we cannot fathom certain choices that people make. Psychological traumas aside, sometimes it is just a lifestyle choice. But must it be so drastic? If the goal is simply to look younger, are there not safer and more cost-effective ways to achieve this without scaring your grandkids? In this video, I share some of these simple, natural, healthy strategies. I promise you they work, either in isolation or deployed together. These are really tips you have certainly heard before, but worth rehashing because repetition works. And sometimes hearing the same thing said in a slightly different way may be the impetus to change. I know this tactic works for me. Does it for you? The simplest way to look globally at these tips is that they are all aids to weight loss, specifically fat loss. Put simply, weight loss is the key to looking younger, wherever you are in terms of your weight. If there is a take-home message to this video, this is it. Yes, you can look incredibly young and beautiful or handsome, even if you are overweight, but still losing even a little weight and taking yourself closer to your ideal body mass index makes you look even younger. Olympic athletes are universally attractive because they have very little body fat, which makes their albeit fully trained muscles stand out more. No matter how muscular you are, if you pile on the fat over that muscle, it is not going to look as attractive as when you reduce the fat layer. Going way too much below your ideal body weight also has the opposite effect to which you desired. You will look older. The trick is to stay in the happy medium. The key for women is to maintain a waist to hip ratio of around 70 to 75%. It is no coincidence that midriff fat is the hardest and last fat to lose. It is the holy grail of youth appearance. For men, 80 to 90% is ideal. I have mentioned in other videos that visceral fat is a major risk factor for cardiovascular disease and other chronic or inflammatory conditions. This is not my own research. Please check out the work of various doctors like Drs. Sean O'Meara and Mark Hyman. I am not in collaboration with them. I don't even know them. I just think their work is authentic and medically sound, in my humble professional opinion. So, what are the tried and tested ways to simultaneously lose weight and look younger? Let's get into them right away. Number 1 on my list is intermittent fasting. There is so much new information on safe ways to fast intermittently, whatever your dietary choices, that it is almost a crime against your own health not to give it a go. Even if you're a diabetic on insulin, with the guidance of your doctor and nutritional advisor, you can safely manage your blood glucose levels with intermittent fasting and even get to reduce your insulin levels. The thing is, insulin is a growth factor hormone and makes you put on weight, so needing less of it is a good result. Intermittent fasting or time-restricted eating helps you to look younger by helping you lose some weight and helping to detoxify your body, especially your liver. 2. Reduce alcohol. Did you know that alcohol, much like smoking, ages you? By stopping alcohol or reducing your intake, you can rejuvenate yourself, especially your poor liver, which has to metabolize it all. 3. Reduce sugar. We all eat far too much sugar these days compared to previous generations. Giving up sugar can exponentially increase your energy levels by reducing the peaks and troughs of glucose in your blood and hence insulin levels. This regulation of glucose levels allows you to retain your energy levels for longer, making your body a more efficient machine. By the way, on the graph, you notice that sugar consumption in the US has actually decreased in the last couple of decades, but we continue to get fatter. Might there be something else in play? I think so. The next 2 tips are, in my opinion, vital in the fight against aging by way of obesity. 4. Reduce carbohydrate intake. Much like sugar, complex carbohydrates, starches, are challenges to the blood glucose insulin axis of hormones. Carbohydrates as an energy source can be bypassed in favor of proteins and fats. So don't worry if you were brought up on a diet of carbohydrates. We all were to some extent. A carb-free diet or a low-carb diet does help to reduce weight, increase energy levels, and rejuvenate your skin, making you look younger. If you replace carbs with protein, you build muscle, which helps you achieve a leaner look, whether you're male or female. Don't worry, ladies, you're not going to look like the Incredible Hulk by doing this. Just toned, healthy, and beautiful. 5. Reduce stress levels in your life by having a clear conscience and leaving everything you cannot control to a higher being. It helps to try to do your best for yourself and others, but keep a fine line between being altruistic and being a pushover. Be fair, but at the same time, stand up for yourself if you notice you are being taken advantage of. Work hard, but also know when to stop and rest. Number 6. Sleep lots. If there was a choice between food and sleep, which would you choose? I know I would choose sleep every time. Sleep time is a wonderful time when your body rejuvenates itself automatically after the day's exertions. Tired muscles are rebuilt, a racing mind is calmed, an injury is healed, body functions are refined. It is imperative to get enough sleep for your body. Chronic fatigue without relief with a good sleep ages one. 7. Drink lots of water. Many people forget this little nugget. It is amazing what a rehydration program can do to regenerate your face and skin, even in 1 week. I couldn't believe it until I tried it, and now I get in my 8 cups of water a day, the equivalent of 1.5 liters a day, in winter, and more in summer months. Given that our bodies are made up of up to 70% water, it is essential to replenish water reserves for our cells to function properly. This one is a must if you want to look as young as possible. It's not only about drinking water. dunking yourself in water has a similar effect. I never understood why in some Nordic countries it is a tradition to jump into a cold body of water on New Year's Day. These people are way braver than me, but I see the logic in their folly now. Nothing more rejuvenating than making contact with a large body of water. Number 8 on my list is exercise regularly. The endorphins and other hormones that get released after exercise do great things for our skin. Exercise is also a great way to detoxify the body and cleanse out waste and toxins, especially in our sweat. High-intensity exercises also build up muscle, allowing for a toned body, which tends to look younger. Hot tip: muscles sag less than fat. For the guys with the beer bellies, toning up your rectus abdominis muscles makes the difference between this and this. For the ladies, building up your pectoralis major muscles in your chest significantly reduces the trip down south with age, if you see what I mean. Those pec major muscles are not only there for men to build up and flip, they work for women too. The main principle is, when it comes to exercise, just do what you did when you were younger. Yes, you are older, less fit, heavier, and probably more lazy at this point in your life compared to when you were younger. But remember, when it comes to preventative health, you can reverse the trend. That's to say, before you get to the point of actual disease, you can do quite a lot to prevent your body from getting to the end point or disease that you don't want. It's a mindset thing. Very often, when my patients come to me for advice on weight loss, and they say, "But I was a waif in my 20s. I simply ask them, "Did you exercise in your 20s? Invariably, the answer is yes. Did you mind your diet in your 20s? Yes. Did you sleep a lot in your 20s? Yes. Do you exercise now? Silence. Do you mind your diet now? Silence. Do you sleep lots now? Definitely not. The kids, you have to find a way around the kids keeping you awake all night. Creative scheduling of your whole life, if need be. Remember, health first. Your kids will thank you when you are there for their graduation, their wedding, the birth of their kids. Number 9. Find a nice hobby and do it often. This helps keep you grounded mentally and emotionally, and therefore reduces stress. If it is a hobby that helps you achieve goals, help others, and gives you true inner peace, then you're onto a winner. Finally, number 10, find time alone, especially outdoors in nature. Nature is the ultimate rejuvenating force in the universe. Take advantage of its generous presence all around us and enjoy its calming and soothing effect. We, being animals, are very much part of nature. We can always draw positive energy from nature and recharge ourselves from it. Do you have other tips to share? I would love to hear them. If you have any medical questions, I beseech you to go on. Askadoc.